Okay, thought it was about time to do another Behind the Music. Today, I'm going to do it on Self-Inflicted Serenade and Linda with a WH off of Crawling, Timid, Stalling, True. I'll start with Self-Inflicted Serenade. Self-Inflicted Serenade, it's about being trapped in addiction, specifically to intravenous drug use. If you check out the lyrics carefully, you'll see that it's talking about intravenous drug use, man. It's one caress from you, pierces flesh right through. Needle stings in me, still won't set me free. Now scattered to the wind, you with all my sin. The second chorus of this, it says, so you can pretend to be there for me. And that's thinking that the needle is there for me, man. Thinking that it's doing something for me other than destroying me. It's this self-inflicted delusion brought on by addiction. Okay, I'll go back to where I came up with some of the lyrics. The lyrics in the first bridge, after the first chorus, are what would you do if you knew the world was coming down on you? Would you break it down? Would you do it too? And that's talking about breaking down drugs. I wrote that back whenever I was like 19 and I was addicted to pain pills really bad. I was at my ex's grandma's house with her and we were doing pills, and I came up with it. It just came into my mind, and I was like, damn. And I memorized it right then and there, and I just had those lyrics in my head. I didn't know how I wanted to use them. I just knew that I had a song, I knew there would be a song someday that I would make. It wasn't until I started learning to mix and compose songs that I actually learned how to write songs fully. Because I always had fractured pieces of songs, lyrics in my head, and I didn't know how to complete them just by writing the lyrics. I just didn't know. I couldn't wrap my head around it. But as soon as I taught myself to actually compose songs and mix them, that's when I learned how to actually write full-length songs as lyrically. It was last year that I came up with the whole one caress from you pierces flesh right through. Needle stings in me, still won't set me free. Now scattered to the wind, you with all my sin. And I came up with that and I was like, damn, man, that's hard. I was like, shit, that's fucking hard as hell. And then I was like, wait. Yeah, and I came back to those lyrics that I wrote all those years ago. And then, at the end of the song, I kept the same tempo as the first bridge to, why do I feel when I will just numb it with another pill, and I still on my will as I face this pain that heals. Yeah, I turn into why do I feel when I will just numb it with another pill, so I still all my will as I face this pain that heals. And it's like it's talking about recovery there. Basically the state of being unsure of why I'm even doing it, because it seems like I always have to find a substance to cope with my feelings and emotions, and I just generalize all substance with the word pill and that, but you can put whatever you want in there, and that's I would have used it to cope, because that's what I learned. That's how I learned to cope with life, was with drugs. And it's been a hell of a job to get over that and to learn new coping skills and to rise above the disease of addiction. But I think that through outlets like this, in my music, in my show, I'm really going to be able to make an impact on the world and to help people. And that's what I want to do, man. I want to help people. It's a calling of mine, man. I've felt it for a long time. I just was in a place where it's like, how are you supposed to help others when you can't even help yourself? And now that I finally started helping myself, I feel like it's a perfect time to go ahead and start reaching out to the world. But next is Linda with the WH. This song is fucking morbid and emo as fuck. And I wrote it whenever I was 17. And I'll tell you the story behind it. Okay, so it was 4:20 and I was 17 years old. I was at a friend's house and he got a call from someone saying that they were having a party, 420 party. And he's all telling me about this chick that's over there that's like a total whore. And all this shit, you know how that goes. He was like 18, but and so we get over to this party and I walk in and I hear Matt. So this chick yells my name, Matt, and I look up and this chick's like flying through the fucking air with her arms out and grabs me around the neck, but I'm stoned and I'm like super slow reaction, and she just fucking like peels off me and hits the floor. And I was like, oh shit, that sucks, you know, and I just sat down, and then it turns out that it's this chick that tried to take charges for me when I was like 13 because we got caught skipping school together, and I had a weed pipe in my backpack, and no, I was 12. Yeah, I was 12. Yeah, it was Linda, and I had a lot of respect for Linda because of that, because she tried to be she tried to look out for me because she was already in trouble, and I'd never been in trouble before and shit, but they didn't let her do it. But I still had a lot of respect for her. And so when I came to find out that she was this house whore at this random fucking place, you know, I was like, oh man, it kind of fucked with me. Like towards the end of the night, we were all drinking, you know, and I was sitting in a corner, you know, I'm not good. I'm better now, but I was not good with like crowds and like social situations. I spent a lot of time alone in my younger years and stuff. My family was always moving. I never went to the same school for a full school year, so I wasn't good with people. I had no people skills. But anyways, I sat in the corner, you know, drinking and just chilling. She comes over and sits in my lap, and she's fucking spilling alcohol. She got a bottle of whiskey. She's fucking spilling on me. Chaser spilling on me, and you know, I figure she's trying to do her thing, you know, like she's used to doing with everyone. And I was kind of messed up in the head, so she's sitting there, you know, fucking acting a fool on my lap, and I pulled out my knife and started carving, killing me in my arm. Like, oh my gosh, you know, I was kind of a troubled teenager, I guess. But yeah, I got a tattoo covering all that shit now. But the next day, you know, it was turned into a crazy night. I ended up walking for like fucking hours in the rain. It was not a good night. But anyways, sometime the next day, or in the next day or two, I came up with some lyrics, and they was I thought they sounded cool as shit, really. You are the barrel in my mouth, the bullet in my brain. You are the unsteady finger pulling triggers, causing pain. You are the blade to my wrist, the pressure on my hand. You are the unfair God with the twisted plan. And back then, it would go from that to I wrote this song for you. I did it all for you. I wrote this song for you. I did it all for you. And then I'd scream Linda. But the new song, it's more of like, I feel like it's got like a hard, fucking rough, like almost Nirvana style to it, to the sound. And I also combine it with a song that was basically inspired by In Utero. I was listening to In Utero like fucking crazy mad when I was a teenager, and I was like 17. During this one point, I was just listening to it, fucking, memorizing it, singing it to myself, all the, a lot, yeah, I came up with these lyrics back then, and I told my sister, and she's like, oh no, that sounds too much like Nirvana, all this shit, so I kept them in my head, and then I ended up combining them with this song that I'd written, because it was like, well, actually, that goes fucking perfect. I never realized it back then, but, and I actually wrote this song this year, like recently. It's probably it's one of the newer songs that I've actually written, that wasn't from like, earlier in the year and shit, but, yeah, Linda with a WH, man. But yeah, this has been, MatrixSage, Beyond the Music. I haven't quite gone through the whole album yet, but I'm gonna keep working on it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Go give the album a listen, man. It's emo metal, but I'm telling you, it's pretty fire, and I'm gonna be exploring new concepts in the future. So stay tuned, man.